everyone. Welcome into Bleacher Talk. I'm Claudia Collins alongside Jordan Spurgeon. And we're located right now at Westwood High School, and we're talking all things Mesa School District football. So we're going to hear from tons of coaches from around the Mesa schools. Super exciting. We get to talk all things fall football, which is just around the corner, Spurge, believe it or not. It is.
It's coming up fast. We had a great time, though. So many guys that we got to catch up with, and you're going to see so many different faces. You'll see Eliav Gabai all throughout. You'll probably see Jordan Ham pop up a couple times during
Maybe
some interviews.
I
guess Cody Cameron's all right. Tommy Eubanks makes an appearance at some point. He's pretty cool, I guess. And it's a good time getting to see everybody. And here's some of that.
We're here with the new AIA Executive Director, Jim Dean, taking over the reins from David Hines. So I want to start with that. What's it been like for you hitting the ground running?
Yeah, it's been outstanding, and David's been incredibly gracious in the transition, and we want to continue to honor his legacy until his last day on June 30th. But it's been fantastic, and we get to work with tremendous people statewide, athletic directors across the state who care about their kids, who care about showcasing opportunities for athletes, and so it's been fantastic.
And being here, seeing the Mesa Showcase. So I've talked about it with everybody in here so far. Every district, different schools and regions are putting together showcases. What's it like as a state to see it continue to grow and to see Mesa, pushing the boundaries a little bit with this live broadcast, great crew? I mean, what do you
not to brag on ourselves, great crew.
Right. Yeah, the crew and traction and all that stuff.
The broadcast is outstanding, and I think these showcases really provide opportunities to elevate our kids, right? And to make it easy for colleges to come to one location over multiple days to see, a great number of athletes. And so kudos to all the schools and the school districts who are putting together showcases and putting them on. We had Phoenix Union this week, and we had the West Valley yesterday out in Surprise, and Mesa today, and Chandler has them coming, Tempe Union has them coming, and just great job by those school districts. These are great events that showcase our kids, and we want to provide those opportunities for the kids and keep elevating them as we move forward.
In case you couldn't tell, showcase season is upon us. Do things get crazier for you guys this time of year with all of these extra things going on along with spring sports? I mean, we bring football back in the spring.
I think you could argue a little bit, Claudia, that football never ends.
Yeah,
right?
It sure doesn't.
It keeps going. But no, this is a great time of year for us. We're in the midst of our spring state championships right now, and our playoffs are underway, and football's kicking up, and flag football's kicking up. And as we wrap the school year up and look into the next one, it's just, again, that renewed opportunity, that renewed time for us to look ahead to the next year and the great things that will happen for our schools.
The theme for today has been opportunity. I don't think there's been one guest that hasn't used the word opportunity, and that's exactly what all this is about. When we talk about opportunity for, in your position in the AIA, that's what we're looking for these kids, right, is
Absolutely.
Opportunities. So what is your message to anyone who's out on the field today looking for any kind of opportunity? What's your message?
My message is to continue to work hard. In today's age where technology allows you to showcase yourself all over the place electronically and digitally, if you work hard, you will be found by somebody. And we say to kids all the time, play as long as you can. Continue your passion and your love for as long as you possibly can. And if you work hard and you continue to elevate what you're doing, and through the opportunities that our school districts are providing as well as the AIA, you will be found and those opportunities will be given to you.
Seeing districts making upgrades, Mesa has been one of the more recent ones to have the funding to upgrade weight rooms and fields, and seeing what that does, specifically, I talked about it with Tommy earlier, it keeps Mesa kids in Mesa, and it's an open enrollment state. And of course, you're always going to want and see kids in different areas, start at different schools. But what is it like on your position when you see kids in their community go to their local high school because of upgrades and things that are being made?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think that there are aspects of high school that you can't replicate elsewhere, right? And I look back at Koa Pete's announcement to go to the University of Arizona, and one of the things that he said was he was grateful for his time in staying at Perry, right? And there are aspects of there are things that happen in high school that are life-changing, that are build just tremendous memories for you, and those are great pieces. And certainly our schools and our school districts taking the opportunity to elevate athletics and making them a priority in their systems certainly helps kids to stay home, right? I'm the former superintendent in the Dysart School District, and we made athletics a priority there, and we saw kids staying with us, longer. And so it's about meeting kids' needs. It's about meeting parent interests as we move forward in this role. And looking for ways to continue to do that to provide the best opportunities for our kids.
I'm going to look way ahead here.
Absolutely.
Way ahead. State championships, what do we want to expect for this year? You know, are we still thinking Sun Devil Stadium?
Absolutely,
Let's let the people know what's happening.
So we'll be at Sun Devil Stadium, and we want to, we also, we're talking about opportunities for kids, but we also want to elevate fan experience as well. And so we're looking really hard at that piece. How do we make this a great experience for our fans outside of just watching the game? And so we're really excited about that piece. We look forward to great competition. And there are some things ahead that I don't want to tease out of the bag too far, but there are some exciting things in years to come that we will see that will expand things for our kids and continue to provide those for them moving forward.
You mentioned, David Hines, and he's still the executive director till June 30th, and then you take over officially. What's it been like learning from him throughout this transition process?
It's been great working with David, and the decades of his experience educationally and with the AIA as well. He's worked with the AIA at the AIA office for 17 years, obviously as an athletic director before that, many years. But, just having the opportunity to pick his brain and to learn and to hear stories. He has great stories. His time at Mountain View is priceless if you ever get a chance to just sit and chat with him. But David has been great about just instilling a piece here and instilling a piece there, as we move forward. And having the opportunity to work with him the last 2 years, but also previously to that, being on the executive board, it's been my honor to learn from him. And I look forward to his excitement for retirement and our journey ahead with the AIA.
And you were telling us off camera, too, you've been on 5 cruises in the last 4 years. So when we talked to David a couple months ago, we asked him about retirement. What does it mean, and where does he want to travel? Yeah. He didn't really have a plan. So are you going to tell him how awesome cruises are?
Yeah, it is. It's a great time to get away. But I'm going to tell you what David's plan is right now. David is going back into coaching. I don't think he's announced that, but he's going back into coaching. And David's plan is to coach his grandkids in their youth programs, whether it be baseball or basketball. And
awesome.
And he does a great job working with them now, and they'll benefit from that. So.
For anyone that doesn't know, I'm 4 months pregnant. So hearing that, I'm like, that is just the sweetest thing. I'm too emotional to hear that. Hey, well, for anybody that's a little bit less familiar with you, I want this to be your opportunity. It might be parents watching, things like that right now. I want people to get a chance to know you. So what do you want people to know who you are?
Yeah.
You're a different person.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, everybody's a different person, right? And leadership styles are different. And the big thing that I would want people to know is that, I was a 32-year educator. I was a principal, district athletic director, assistant superintendent. My whole career has been about meeting the needs of kids and making sure that we provide them what they need to be successful. At the same time, listening to parents as well. And so the big thing that we want parents to know is that we're here. We're here to listen. We're here to take input. We're here to make sure that we know what you have to say within the scope of what we do. When I interviewed for the role, I told our executive board, we want to be about two things. We want to be about serving our member schools and elevating opportunities for our athletes. And so as we continue to do that, parents play a big role in that. And we want to make sure that they know that they can call us anytime, and we'll be happy to answer questions and listen to what they have to say.
I can bank when I want, where I want.
I can show my school spirit with every purchase.
I get rewarded for all I do with them, like a rate discount on my first auto loan.
And they partner with the school I always root for.
Hey, how's it going? All right, ready, let's go. I'm so excited.
This is a Santan Ford announcement.
Santan Ford is taking delivery of over 500 new cars and trucks. All models are priced for immediate sale to make room for more arrivals. Don't wait. Head to Tim Hovey's Santan Ford in Gilbert.
We are Santan Ford.
Nothing brings people and families together faster than sharing food. Great friends, memories, and good times. For over 2 generations, Valle Luna has served you the food that brought you together, and we've been proud to do so. We're fortunate to have been a part of so many stories, gatherings, and traditions that continue on today and will tomorrow. Start a tradition of your own. Come taste authentic Sonoran-style food with your family and friends here with us at Valle Luna.
Visit us at Harrah's Auction Casino in the city of Maricopa, where you'll find play for all and friendly people ready to welcome you like family.
Welcome back, you two.
As the official sponsor of Play and the only casino in Arizona with Caesars Rewards, see what a difference it makes to play where your fun is our top priority. Harrah's Auction Casino. Play for all.
What would you need to experience life in full motion? Expertise to provide the best care, unsurpassed training and technique. It requires the best orthopedic surgeons. Ortho Arizona.
I can bank when I want, where I want.
There are no hidden fees. I checked the fine print.
They give back to the community I'm working to conserve.
And they partner with the school I always root for.
Hey guys.
All right, ready, let's go. So excited.
Only starting with this because I heard you talking with someone else out there about, we've been out to Skyline before. We know your hat game. What's this about? How long has this one lasted?
This is relatively new. This is new for spring, so.
It looks fresh.
Yeah, it's brand new. It's a new color, and it's number 3. So yeah, so it's part of the hat wardrobe now. But yeah, it's the new one, and hopefully it lasts a few years.
Let's talk spring football, the obvious question here and the showcase today. What does having a showcase like this mean for your team and as far as opportunity goes for these guys?
Yeah, I think for our kids, it's just, we might not have some of the recruits that a lot of schools might know about. So getting them out in front of 40 college coaches and seeing what we have at Skyline, I think is an important piece for us. And there's talent in our hallways. So, I think it's, maybe sometimes you look over some schools that might not have been as successful as some of the schools in our district as of late. So, yeah, I think it's vital that our kids get some of the exposure, and, they enjoyed it. They worked hard, and they, were planning on this day for a while.
That's what this is about, exposure. I host the recruiting roundup with Cody Cameron, and so a lot of the things we talk about is D1 is not the only opportunity. There's D2, right. D3, NAIA. I mean, having good grades is part of the equation, especially for the guys that maybe aren't going to go D1 but can still get college paid for and play at the next level. How much are you kind of preaching on that when you come to things like this?
Yeah, that is... For us, we might have a few D1 bodies. Our roster isn't loaded with them with some of the schools like in the East Valley, but we had 6 kids go play college football from our team last year, so it's from D2 to NAIA, junior college. So our kids want to play, keep playing, and obviously the grades is a big piece of that, and I think just, this is year 22, and having been in education for so long, like now I'm seeing, like, there's a couple coaches out there that either I coached them, or I was their teacher when I did elementary school, or, I start seeing familiar faces as they start to, go off into their career, and it's kind of cool to see that. But then, you also have that relationship already built in, and they probably trust what you tell them. And so that's a big piece of it. I don't want to tell some of the kids that, I coached that I coached in high school that are now college coaches that, this kid is going to, has good grades and will do this for you and works like this, and then ultimately shows up and doesn't do any of that. So, I think just having that open line of communication, that trust aspect's a big piece of the recruiting.
Let's hammer down on Skyline football. I mean, spring football, it's all about kind of putting the pieces together, figuring out what your fall might look like. Mm-hmm. Are you starting to paint that picture?
Yeah, we are. Some of the schematics are changing a little bit on defense. So we have an awesome defensive coordinator that we brought in, and the kids are buying into it right away. And, really spring ball for us is still young. I know a lot of schools got to jump on it in terms of like maybe doing some stuff after school or some 7-on-7 stuff. Well, we didn't. And so it's super new to us right now. And, they've done a great job with some of our expectations on what it should look like. And, I'm excited for the kids. I think we might see a few wrinkles here and there from us, but we want to make sure we're doing what our personnel tells us that we're capable of doing. So, I'm excited. We worked hard in the weight room. We're young again. Our juniors seem to be some of our strong leaders. We have most of our offensive line coming back. A lot of starters on defense, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited for these guys and to get rolling in 25.
Who are those leaders for you, and what qualities do they really exhibit as leaders?
Yeah, so we have every type of leadership, skill or ability. We have the quiet leaders, the lead by example guys, the vocal guys, the ones that are just the grinders. So we, in being young, we want to make sure that we're identifying some of the leaders that will be leaders as they grow up into, the program and become seniors. But some of the leaders that are sticking out right now, we have some juniors and seniors. Broden McCabe, he's an offensive lineman for us. Sammy Telef, he's an offensive lineman for us. Owen Claridge, he's going to probably be one of our quarterbacks under center this year. Jaden Manzare, quiet leader, strongest kid on the team, one of the fastest kids on the team. He leads by example, and he's going to be a junior. And then we even have some freshmen to be sophomores that are really buying into what we're doing and really want to take on a leadership role. So again, from top to bottom, we're trying to identify those young kids and develop them as we become older in the program.
I can bank when I want, where I want.
I can show my school spirit with every purchase.
I get rewarded for all I do with them, like a rate discount on my first auto loan.
And they partner with the school I always root for.
Hey guys. Hey, how's it going? All right, ready, let's go. So excited.
It's the model year-end kickoff sales event going on now at Burge Mazda. Now's the time to save on the very latest 2025 Mazda models, like a 2025 CX-5, just $299 a month, or the versatile CX-50, just $289 a month, or save with 2.9% financing on the luxurious CX-90. Now's the time to upgrade and save at Burge Mazda during the model year kickoff event. Come in and celebrate at Burge Mazda, Baseline and Country Club.
Ortho Arizona and my journey. My knees were shot, so I had double knee replacement, and I wanted the best in rehab. Ortho Arizona encouraged and pushed me in the process. Go to orthoarizona.org. That's orthoarizona.org.
We've also got Coach Brandon Large from Westwood High School with us now. Coach, we're on your home grounds right now.
Yep.
And I said before we, went live, your field is beautiful. You walk out here, it just kind of like hits you right in the face, bright orange, bright blue. What's it like having this showcase here on your turf?
It's an honor. Our district AD asked me to try and organize something for us, and for us, it's a great opportunity for our kids to get noticed and to kind of put us out there, and for all the rest of the Mesa Public Schools to do the same. So.
And we were talking about the facilities themselves. You guys are getting a lot of upgrades. That's been the trend here in the Mesa School District, too. A lot of these schools getting upgrades, a lot of much needed upgrades, but also does a lot for the mental side of things. Yeah. Like, it's cool to play on a field you really love, and you're getting a new locker room, it sounds like. So what do these upgrades mean for your team and just the mentality of what you're playing on?
I mean, I think it brings a big sense of pride to have new things and updated things that the players can really take pride in, and something that's really nice. Like, these guys put a lot of time and effort into working on their craft and to becoming good players, and to have the facilities match like the effort that these guys are putting in is awesome.
What was it like just going through this process for a lot of these players? Obviously, they're going to be in front of college coaches, hoping they have conversations after, but just the fact that they're able to showcase what they can do, how does that help them when the bright lights pop on Friday nights and in the fall, that being in some pressure situations can help them? Yeah, definitely. Anytime that we've had college coaches at practices, and anytime that there's people here watching or there's cameras on, we tell these guys, like, it's go time. Like, you guys can't take reps off. You can't slack. Like, everybody's watching, and all eyes are on you. And so kind of putting that pressure on them is definitely going to help them when it comes to the season. And then just kind of building confidence, right? Like, these guys are out here, they're out in front of college coaches. They start to gain some confidence, and they feel like, hey, this is what I'm meant to do. I can do this.
You're 7 days into spring football. This time of year, we're having gorgeous weather, but it's really the time of year where you kind of start putting pieces together, what the fall might look like for you. Yep. What are you learning about your teams, or what have you learned about your team in the last 7 days?
We have a ton of kids out, which is awesome. So there's excitement around our program, and people are coming out. So we're just trying to build on it every day and just keep getting better and better. We knew coming into this year that we have a lot of pieces returning on defense. We bring back some key contributors on offense, a quarterback, a running back, several linemen, tight end, receivers. We feel good about the guys that we have coming back. And then our younger guys, our freshman class was really, really good this year. And so we're just trying to stack good class after good class and keep moving this thing in the right direction.
You've talked about the continuity that you've now been able to have. This group, these seniors have had you for 4 years. Yeah. Just how important is that? Obviously, the time, the familiarity, but just being able to instill this vision, this culture that you're trying to build from the very beginning all the way to the end of their high school careers.
I think a big part of that is trust, right? And when they know that, hey, we're here, we're going to be here, we're here every day, like, we're not going anywhere. These kids trust in what we're doing, and they're willing to do anything that you ask them to do. So I think that's a big part of it, right? When you have continuity and you have coaches returning, I think it just builds trust. And trust is a hard thing for young kids at times, right? And so if they see us every day and they know, like, hey, coach is going to make a mistake, but he's going to own it, just like I'm going to make a mistake, I got to own it, and I'm going to trust that, we're all doing this and we're all working together to kind of put our best foot forward.
I'm going to plug Bleacher Talk here for a second because I did a story last year on the large family impact because you've got a lot of family ties here. You're back on your old stomping grounds. You're, invested in this program. You've got family members on staff. I know your wife is also the cheerleading head coach. So it's really like, how many more large family members could you have here?
Well, we just added another one, actually.
Okay.
Our JV O-line coach is my cousin's husband. So my first cousin's husband. But my wife is coaching here. Our offensive coordinator is my cousin, my first cousin. And then our defensive coordinator is my brother-in-law. So I think, again, that comes with a lot of trust, right? And you don't have to, worry about, hey, is my defensive coordinator going to do his job? Like, he's going to do his job because he knows that I'm relying on him, right? And same thing with our offensive coordinator, same thing with everybody, right? Like, you want to build that trust so that guys know that I can trust that guy is gonna coach his guys up and make sure that they're ready to go. Motto for this year is the difference, right? So we were 5-5 last year and we missed the playoffs by one game, right? And so we're gonna preach to our guys like what's the difference between that and getting into the playoffs? What's the difference between that and making a run in the playoffs, right? And what's the difference between touching the line and stopping 2 inches short of the
I can bank when I want, where I want.
There are no hidden fees. I check the fine print.
They give back to the community I'm working to conserve.
And they partner with the school I always root for.
Hey guys. Hey, how's it going? All right, ready, let's go.
This is a Santan Ford announcement.
Santan Ford is taking delivery of over 500 new cars and trucks. All models are priced for immediate sale to make room for more arrivals. Don't wait. Head to Tim Hovey's Santan Ford in Gilbert.
We are Santan Ford.
Nothing brings people and families together faster than sharing food. Great friends, memories, and good times. For over 2 generations, Valle Luna has served you the food that brought you together, and we've been proud to do so. We're fortunate to have been a part of so many stories, gatherings, and traditions that continue on today and will tomorrow. Start a tradition of your own. Come taste authentic Sonoran-style food with your family and friends here with us at Valle Luna.
Let's talk about Venezia's Pizzeria. New York-style pizza. Oh, man, this looks so good. Pizza doughs made fresh daily, wings, subs, sandwiches, pasta. They cater, they deliver. They have 5 Valley locations. Venezia's New York-style Pizzeria.